Have you ever been in the middle of your garden, soaked in sweat, hoe in hand, wondering, why do I have to work so hard to pull these weeds over and over? The truth might surprise you. It's very possible that what you're paying to eliminate today is exactly what our ancestors used to survive during the hardest moments in history. I call it a secret buried under the soil. Right beneath your feet, there isn't just weeds. There could be a free supermarket and a natural pharmacy that nature placed in your own garden. In this video, I'm not here to teach you how to pull weeds. I want to invite you to discover 9 misunderstood plants. Plants that most people rip out every day, but that actually contain astonishing nutritional and medicinal value. I'm Waldo, and if you're not subscribed yet, this is the moment. Here you won't find what they sell at garden centers. Here you'll find what actually grows for free. Subscribe and hit the bell. Plant number 1, Purslane, the fish oil of the plant kingdom. If there were an award for the most misunderstood plant of the century, I'd vote for Purslane. Most people see it and rip it out immediately because it spreads so fast. But here's what's extraordinary. Purslane is one of the richest terrestrial sources of omega-3 fatty acids ever recorded. The same compound you'd pay premium prices for in salmon or fish oil supplements. Why can such a small plant be so powerful? The secret is a special survival mechanism called CAM photosynthesis. During the day, Purslane closes its stomata to avoid losing water. At night, when the air cools, it exchanges gases and continues its life processes. Thanks to this mechanism, Purslane accumulates large quantities of melatonin, a substance that helps the body relax, sleep better, and acts as a potent antioxidant. A single handful of fresh Purslane delivers remarkable benefits. And it's growing free in your garden right now. If you're finding value in this, hit the like button. Let's keep going. Plant number 2, Amaranth, the gold of the gods. Ever walked barefoot in the garden and been pricked by a spine? That sensation is uncomfortable. But for me, that spine is nature's warning sign. A treasure is hidden here. Many people call spiny amaranth a weed, but historically, some of its relatives were called the gold of the gods by the Aztecs. The small spines on the stem are nature's way of protecting the valuable nutrients inside. The seeds are tiny, but packed with protein, especially lysine, an essential amino acid our body can't produce on its own, and that's normally found in large quantities in meat and fish. In many dry regions, when crops failed, people survived on amaranth seeds. They ground them into flour or cooked them with daily meals. Those tiny seeds contain an extraordinarily powerful source of nutrition. Plant number 3, Plantain, the natural bandage, not the banana, the herb. If you see plantain growing abundantly in a spot, it generally means the soil there has been walked on and compacted many times. Indigenous peoples of the Americas called this plant the white man's footprint, because wherever people walked and trampled the ground, plantain seeds germinated more easily. But what surprises most people is its ability to soothe wounds. If you're working in the garden and get stung by a bee, bitten by an insect, or scratch your hand, traditional medicine says to simply crush a fresh plantain leaf and place it on the skin. Within minutes, pain and swelling typically decrease rapidly. The reason is that plantain leaves contain many natural anti-inflammatory compounds, especially a group called iridoid glycosides. That's why plantain has been considered a natural bandage, always available right under our feet. Plant number 4, lamb's quarters, the free quinoa. Have you heard of quinoa? That famous grain imported from the Andes at premium prices? Here's something interesting. Lamb's quarters is actually a very close relative of quinoa. If quinoa is the white gold, then lamb's quarters could be considered the green gold, growing right around your house. People consider it a weed simply because it grows too easily. But nutritionally, lamb's quarters is impressive. Pound for pound, its vitamin A content can exceed that of carrots, and vitamin C is also abundant. You might notice a thin white layer under the leaves. That's not dust. It's a natural wax coating that helps the plant conserve water and resist sun. Sometimes we search for superfoods from far away, while equally impressive plants grow in our own garden. Subscribe right now, because the next plants will change how you look at your garden forever. Plant number 5, Cleavers, the lymphatic cleanser. We call it Cleavers because the stem has tiny hooks that stick firmly to clothing and animal fur. Most people find it annoying, picking off each seed one by one. But from an herbalist's perspective, that stickiness seems more like a curious reminder from nature. In traditional medicine, Cleavers has been used to support the lymphatic system, the body's drainage system that transports and eliminates waste. When that flow works well, the body can more easily remove substances it doesn't need. For centuries, this plant has been used in traditional remedies to help detoxify the body and relieve swollen glands. Plant number 6, stinging nettle, the green meat. Just hearing the word nettle, many people already feel a little itch. If you touch one accidentally, the tiny hairs on the leaves pierce the skin and produce a burning sensation because they contain formic acid. But behind that unfriendly appearance hides a very special plant. Many people call nettle nature's green meat because its leaves contain significant protein, minerals, and vitamins. During World War I, when cotton and linen were scarce, the German army collected nettles to extract fibers for weaving cloth. The fiber is quite strong and retains heat well, so it was used to make uniforms for soldiers. But what surprises people most is that nettle is completely edible. When cooked, the heat neutralizes the stinging hairs. At that point, nettle becomes a vegetable, with a flavor similar to spinach, but more intense. It contains high amounts of iron and calcium, which is why it has long been used as a body-strengthening food. Plant number 7, dandelion, the soil doctor. If there were a vote for the most hated plant in American-style lawns, dandelion would win first place. Billions of dollars are spent on herbicides every year just to eliminate these small yellow flowers. But when you eliminate dandelion, you're also stopping the soil's natural recovery process. Dandelion is called the soil doctor because its taproot can penetrate several feet deep, extracting minerals like calcium and magnesium from deep layers and bringing them to the surface. When the leaves decompose, those minerals return to the topsoil. The root also contains large amounts of inulin, a fiber that feeds beneficial gut bacteria. During the Great Depression, when coffee became too expensive, many Americans roasted dried dandelion roots to make a substitute drink. Caffeine-free, but still pleasant and helpful for digestion. Plant number 8. Shepherd's purse, nature's emergency kit. This isn't simply a random weed. It's a first aid kit that nature placed in your garden. Its name comes from the shape of its small seed pods, which resemble the bags shepherds carried in ancient times. In traditional medicine, shepherd's purse is one of the most well-known herbs for stopping bleeding. Centuries ago in Europe, midwives carried tincture of shepherd's purse to help stop hemorrhaging in emergencies. The plant contains compounds that help constrict blood vessels and slow blood flow. The seeds have a slightly peppery flavor. Before black pepper became common worldwide, many places used shepherd's purse seeds as a seasoning. Plant number 9. Wild garlic, the forest pesto. Many people think wild garlic is an invasive nuisance. But from another perspective, it's actually a very valuable natural seasoning, rich in vitamin C. Wild garlic has an intense garlic flavor, but many people notice it doesn't leave a strong odor on the breath for long, unlike common garlic. Here's a great paradox in North America. Millions of dollars are spent trying to eliminate it. But in Europe, wild garlic is considered a prized ingredient for the famous forest pesto. A special advantage is that wild garlic thrives in deep shade under large trees, places where many other plants can't survive. It covers bare soil and reduces erosion. Instead of ignoring those shady spots, you can let wild garlic grow naturally. You'll have a clean seasoning and a natural nutrition source that needs almost no watering or fertilizer. After discovering these 9 plants, you might realize something interesting. Weeds are sometimes just the name we give to plants whose true value we don't yet understand. In nature, it's very rare for a plant to exist without serving a function. But before you run out to the garden and start picking everything in sight, remember 3 important principles. 1. Safety first. Don't harvest plants growing near busy roads or areas with heavy exhaust and dust. The soil there may contain heavy metals. 2. The 100% rule. Only eat a plant when you're 100% certain you know exactly what it is. If you have doubts, leave it where it is. 3. Fairness with nature. Don't take everything. Leave some for the insects, the birds, and for the plant to keep growing. When you change the way you look, the garden stops being a place where you just pull weeds and spread fertilizer. It becomes a living treasure where every plant has its own story and its own value. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who's been spraying herbicides on their gold. I'm Waldo. Take care of your garden.